All right, guys. So if you look at this project, I just before the class I have started the our project, right? npm run dev, and that should be online. So whatever we have done yesterday should be here. But what I will do is I will just clean up the folder. Okay. Last time we added some nav bar in one of the challenge, right? So I'll just clean that up. I'm going to remove this nav bar. I'm going to remove everything from here, right? And use the challenge 8 nav bar and all that. Okay. So if I go back inside here, let's see, tailwind one, this project, right? I'm going to create something called challenge 8. Oh, there is already, okay, sorry. So there is a page also, right, for grid. So let me delete all this, and then npm, not npm, but react arrow function export, right? And I will call it cs8. Okay. So you guys remember, right? You see something on the top and bottom, header and footer, and there is main page, right, running. So that is from here. That is the main page. This is the home page, and you have a layout, right? Layout here. So this layout has header, nav bar. So I'll remove that one. Okay, I'm not gonna put here for now, and I also remove this footer, right? Okay. So there is only child, right? Child. Fine. So one more thing, in our project we have font, right? Font. So you just see the home page right now, okay? Because when the page load, right? App is the root file, okay? Root file, and the root has the page here. So that page is loaded automatically, right? The root, inside the root, the page will load automatically, okay? Layout is for common file, right? Like put something together, like footer, nav bar. If you want to display footer and nav bar in every page, you can put in the common layout. Okay. Even in the dashboard, right? If you have a dashboard, you see some kind of layout there, like sidebar, maybe some other, maybe display ad or something like that, right? You need to create a layout and structure that dashboard separately. Okay. So we're gonna do that next year's class. I mean, basically in the next class, right? Sometimes we look at how you're gonna create dashboard or all that, or during the project also you can do that. But this is the children, which is the page, right? Whatever page you are rendering. Okay, done. So we are inside challenge 8. What I'm gonna do, right here, I will create one folder and call it UI. Okay, and inside here we're gonna add nav bar like that, and also we're gonna add footer like that, right? Okay, so react arrow function export. So that is navbar, right? And you can do the same thing for footer. Okay. So if you have to use this navbar and footer, right, and you want to display, either just keep it like, let's keep it up to this project only, right? We're not gonna display separately. Okay, just keep it into this project, right? So how we gonna do that? How you gonna structure, right? Like navbar and footer, all that. How? For this project only. So there is one way, right? What you can do is you can add here inside this project, right? Layout like this. Okay, you can do the layout, right? And just copy this. I mean, there is different way, but let's copy this one, right? This export default, just this layout, okay? And then return, right? So if I go back to my, not this one, this layout, right? I mean, let's paste this. export default function, right? And you see the return here, so your return should be closed and close the bracket like that, okay? Because this is a function export default root layout, right? So what I will call this challenge 8 ch8 layout, okay? Simple enough, you can call it anything. So now, right, anything what you add here, for example, is let's call it let's give a div, okay? And inside the div you want to have a navbar, right? So that is navbar coming from the UI, right? UI just from this UI, okay? Then you're gonna have main like one, below the navbar, right? You have all the sections. So let's put all that inside here, okay? As a children, right? And then you're gonna have footer, right? So it just import already, okay? You see the navbar, footer, and all that, right? Now, if you look at this, if you go to the route challenge 8, right? What's gonna happen? So if I go backslash ch8, you see that navbar there, challenge 8 here, and footer, right? So main is here now. Okay, the first thing what I want to do is remember yesterday we study about the uh, flex, right? So this, not flex but the grid, and you want to put this on the top, this the whole page, and this is on the bottom, right? So how we can do that? So we already, I believe I changed yesterday, right? Here this layout, okay? This layout, so we have already, I just gonna use it. Let's go back. So inside here, inside this layout, right, I will say class name grid, and then, but you have to give a height, right? Height to full, and then grid, and grid rows, right? Remember grid template rows, that is rows layout. And there is three things in the layout, right? Row has three things. One is auto. Auto means just take the space whatever needed for this navbar, right? Only small size. Then there is a footer, small size, but one fraction means it will push navbar and footer top and bottom, right, automatically, and take all the space, okay? So let's see if that is okay now, right? Now you can look at here, that's the navbar, this is the whole space for our main section, and this is the footer on the bottom, right? Done. So that was the one layout I want to show you, right? And the what else we can do here, you can even, you can add the font, right? Font. So you just have to import it, something like this. I will delete it. Yeah, right, something like this. Okay, so let's say what font we have here, let me check, right? Maybe we can use any font, does not matter. This is just a learning. So Oswald and Montserrat, right? Oswald and Montserrat. So I don't know how to call that, let me check. So I will just copy this font, copy that. You have to import first, right? So I did not import, let me go back here, and this is how you import, right? So next, see the benefit of Next.js is you can call the Google font directly inside your project, right? Like that. So let's say I want to call Oswald like this. Okay. Now you just here just change the name, right? You can put any name, Oswald, and this will be that this name, right? What you call it, okay? Oswald. So that should be fine. Now you're gonna use, right? You're gonna use that. So see the problem is now we have this class, right? So there is a class combiner, like you can put even this name, and this class together, right? But the thing is, what you can do is maybe you can just wrap it in separate div for easy, right? Like just give a parent div here, div, and wrap here. Okay. There is one npm package which you can install. Call it, I believe, class names. Okay, or CLX, something like that, right? CLX. I have to check. If you install that one, you can combine this kind of class. Plus, you can add that also, right? To get this one also. See how it will work now, right? You just have to give class name, not class name, but let me check here, something like class name, yeah, something like this. You have to add it. So let's go back. So Oswald dot, right, class name. So that is one font we just added. Okay, so we can, for now we can just leave it, right, up to this font. So where is the Oswald used, right? So all the paragraph everywhere is Oswald. The Montserrat will be, oh no, Montserrat is the small one, right? Oswald is the large one. Okay, so we will check in our component. Okay, we're gonna create separate component that we just add there, right? Also, all right, so let's go back, or I think this will make it different. I mean, it's gonna affect our code, right? That Oswald, look at here, everything become Oswald now, right? Look at, so we don't want that, we don't want, right? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this Oswald maybe in the nav bar, or for now let's leave it. Okay, let's leave it, right? Because unless we install that library to combine all this together, right? Or you can put this font in the separate component. Okay, each component whatever you need, right? Then only it can work. The other way is, like we have to just download all the fonts basically from the Google font and put in the Next.js, right? Not Next.js, but tailwind config file here. Okay, just import that and you add it, right? Just extend the font. Basically, it will be like a font, right? Extend to font family like this, and you're gonna, just add all the font here, right? So that is how we can add. That is second way. But for now, I will not gonna mess up with that because it will gonna take a lot of time. So let's maybe sometimes tomorrow, yeah, maybe tomorrow we can do it. Just look at the font, okay? Let me keep this clean for now. So I will not gonna add this. We'll just leave it the inter font, right? Everywhere, just leave the inter font for now. So inter font will be automatically added, right, from the main layout. Because even this layout, right, when you're calling that, is still passing through that main layout, okay? But everything is passing as a child, right? Every, see the Next.js thing, right? Everything has to go through the main layout here because this is the HTML, right? This one, look at here, HTML is here. So everything right now is passing as a child, and that child can have this font. Okay, so we can even add our own font for each component or for separate element, right? You can do that, or you can leave the main font here, and then it will be inherited by all the child. All the child will just take this font. So fine, so let's keep moving, right? Let's move. So first thing we're going to do is create the nav bar, right? Nav bar. So let me close now all this. Footer, paste. Let me shift format this. So let's work on the nav bar, right? The first thing is nav. here. So there is a background color, then we have this CRL and all this. When you design a navbar, right, you have the main header section. Then inside there is a parent, right, which has two children. One is this logo CRL, and the other child having all this, right, all this element. Okay, so you have to think like that, right? So let's go back and try to create here. So I'll just delete this header. That's the main section, right? Main with the background color. Like for example, you can give a class name, BG something. What is the background? Let me get from here. So this one. So I can copy this because we don't have exact number. We don't know, right? You can put it like here, square. If your own design, you just put it like BG dash or anything, right? Any CSS property dash square bracket you can add like text color or something like that. You can put in square bracket. You can even put here like red or green, whatever. You can do that. Okay, so that was the BG. You want to add some padding, right? So padding top and bottom, maybe let's make it 4. Okay, so how much is 4, right? That is 16 pixel. Top and bottom 16 pixel. Okay, you can do that. So it should look now. Let me check here. It looks something like this. You see that? So one more thing we can do is for every section, right? We need some kind of you want to put something in the center, right? But what you want to put the center? Because this background is from left to the right corner of the screen. So the another box which will go in the center, right? So let's make it nav here, nav, right? And this can go in the center. Okay, so class name width maybe, right, you can make it around 80%, and then mx, so margin left and right auto, margin left auto, right auto, right. So this box is in the center now. I mean, if you can put it bg, right, dash red. So if you do that, so there is nothing inside here, right? So you don't see, but if I put some text, you're going to see that, right? Look at that, that is in the center now, because I make 80% and I say margin x and y, margin left and right is auto, mx dash auto, right? So that is same thing called margin left auto, margin right auto. So mx axis, x left and right. Okay, auto. So see, that is in the center. So I will remove that and fine. So we got the box now, right, which is in the center already. So here you're gonna have, I'm going to use the link tag. Okay, so import link from the next link, and this is a tag for the next link, next JS, right? So just put a link here, or even you can add h1, or you can combine both, right? Let's do this. You have a link, correct, link tag. When you click this, right, it will go to the home page. So that is like this, and here you can call h1 and you can add crl like that. So something there, right? Look at that. So we can change the, like you can call it class name text white, and or let's, okay, text white, right? Let's make it white, and then font, how much size, right? So maybe if you have your own like size something, you can make it not font but text, right? Text will be text, maybe 4 XL. Yeah, so you have to check how much size this will give you, right? This is 36 or 40 pixel. So that's too big, right? You know, you want to make it bold little bit, so you can do here font maybe semi bold or bold, semi bold, and yeah, it looks like that. Good. Okay, fine, we can leave it. So that is done. So see what I said earlier, right? This, if this is our main flex box, there is a logo, first child, and you can have the UL with LI, right? Second child, correct? So you can put the link tag here, or for now I will just gonna leave it, with the just the home. So you can add, right? You can add the link here. I mean, you can just put the link right inside the LI because you want to go somewhere, right? By clicking. So that is link. Okay. So you can say href, that will take you to the home page. So you just copy this couple of times and you get something here, right? Right now you don't see, but it's here. Okay, it's here. So let me minimize, right? So that no need to flickering too much. Let's go back. Yeah. So if I go back here in the design, you can see something home about. So let's change this home about, then contact, and then sign in, right? Sign in and sign up. Sign in. I mean, all is capital. Okay, I will just convert it later, right? Sign up like that. Fine. So you can see now, right? This one is the child and this one is the child. Right now, they are just, the block element. One is on the top, next is on the bottom, right? But soon I go back here and I say flex, save, right? They will get in one line. But before that, I will do one thing. Okay, I will add class name here and I will put text white, okay, and see what happens. Yeah, so they just convert, right? So you can see that. And you get even you can give text, maybe let's make it a large size, right? Yeah, so they change a little bit. And you can make it font semi bold. Okay, that's fine. So nav has two children, link and ul. I say flex in the nav, right? So they just flex out. But I want to add item like center, that is basically vertical, right? But horizontally in the x axis now, right? I want to space out, like justify between. Okay, just push it away, right? Each other like that. Fine. So that is good enough. Now this ul is the parent with this, how many children here, 4 5 whatever. So I don't, it's okay, I can just make flex and gap maybe of 4, right? See, so it just look like. So even you can try now, right? Let's see if it will convert. Okay, just make it uppercase and see if everything goes uppercase. Yeah, it convert. If you want, you can make, not text, not lg but md, right? Like md has some size. Okay, I did not give. I don't know why it's not showing up. If you put sm save, yeah, but if you put md, right, save, yeah, it's changed. Okay, fine. So you can see now, right, these all have, something there. So the next thing what we can do, I mean, you can, if you want, you can reduce the padding, right? Let's make it only 2. That will be around 8 pixel. Good to go. The last one, last button is the button, right? So you can use the link, or maybe, like this li, right? Just make a class name. And how you create a button? Padding y, maybe 1. Padding left and right, let's make it 4. Bg, background color is maybe white, I believe. Text is black, and see if that work, right? Something like that, yeah. So now you see it's not clear, means they are not aligned. These things and this button is not aligned properly, right? Also you can make it like rounded, right? Rounded, maybe full. So that is, like 99 and whatever border radius, something like that. But they are still not aligned. So remember, when you have flex, you make sure you have item center, that is vertical, right? So there's center out a little bit. So if you just not showing up, but if you expand, it looks something like that. So let's see the design now. Oh, so there is different color, right? Not that color. We can change here, does not matter. So let's not make bg uh gray, not gray, right? But maybe, I don't know what color is that. So you can, if you, let's say you don't have anything, just copy this color and bg, right? So here, what you will do is just put a square bracket and put that color. Okay, so I have done some mistake. And text will be white. Okay, text will be white, right? Text is white. So text, you can remove this because we have white on the top, right, already. So that should work. So child can get parent style. So yeah, that is fine. Sign up, right? Okay, so that is all we can do in the navbar, right? Now you're gonna move to the next section, this one. So I have a header done. Go to the layout, which is here. Now see this children, we're gonna create all now in the section right here. So you can, like you can add, right? How many sections are there? Control Z. Okay, let's create component for each of them. Okay, let's do that. So what I will do, I'm just gonna add section 1, 2, 3, right? This is the 1, 2, 3. So this is the 3 section. Okay, what you have to, each of them are a component, right? If you want, like, if each of them, if you want to use as a component and you don't want to add here, right, then the way you can do is here, just create a component section, maybe let's call it 1, right? Or you can just write like that, 1. Okay, so see that is section 1 component. It just becomes section 1 component, right? See that? Because when you do a react arrow function like this, it will take this function name from the name of the file. The file name is here. Look at here, section 1, because I put it with the capital letter section 1, right? If this is not capital, you don't get here capital, the first letter, and you make sure you put the capital letter and then you export that, right? Okay, done. So the section I show you there, the section what I was talking about there, right, will be this one. Just now, because here you can write HTML. These are just the function name, right? Nothing function name. Here you're gonna put your content, right? So this one. So let's design this. So, you're gonna have background color, so class name, BG, whatever, right? So that is the second one. This is the color, square bracket, put it there. And the next one is fine. So we got the background. You can add some padding, right? Padding white top and bottom. Maybe let's make it 5, right? How much is 5? That is 20 pixel. So if to make 50, right, around, I don't know if there is 12. Yeah, 48. Okay, 48 pixel. Fine. So we got the padding also. Let's see. So the problem now, right? This is the section 1. This is the component. Okay, we are not using yet. So where are you going to use that? The component is called where you want to display now, right? Displaying where? Inside the page here, right? So that is the first component, section 1. So even I can remove this. This will be just the fragment now, right? No need div. You can take that out, right? Section 1, import section 1, and just add there section 1. That's it, done. Right now if I save, you're going to see that that's the some padding, right? So it's time to add the content. So let's go to our section 1 and start adding, right? So first you want to center out, right? So that will be div here, class name, and width is 80%, because we must match it with our other, like same container, right? 80%. And mx auto is center. That is all we have to do. The next thing is text, correct? So you have now, even here, if you look at now, right, this is the first child, second child. I mean, there is item 1 2 in the second child, first child, second child. So when there is children, right, you must make sure it's wrapped in the flex box. So even I can make this box flex, like this flex, and give a gap of something, maybe gap of maybe 5 or 4. You can do that, right? And the child will be h1, the first one. So responsive layout don't have to be a struggle, right? That is the first child. So you cannot write don't like this, right? So what you gonna do is and a p o right? I believe, and s semicolon, and save, right? And that should add that semicolon there. Okay, let's check. So you see that there is a not semicolon but quote, right? So the text color is there is different text color, right? So how are you going to figure out? The first one is white. So you can make this white, right? First class name text is white, and text is maybe around 80 pixel, right? Something like that. So it's better to use their size, right? So let's see, text 6XL maybe. Let's see how much is that. Okay, that's a 60 pixel. Yeah, that is okay. Let's keep it like that. But this color is different. How are you gonna get that? Let's find out. Where is done right here? I mean, the simplest way you can do is just put the span tag here in the span, right? And then wrap it everything inside here. So that should be closing. Yeah. So now you can style the span, right? How you can do that? Just put a class name, simple, and uh, text will be, what color is that? So I have to get it from here. So see, all the font size that is still coming from H1, but this span, and you can see now, right? It looks something like this. Also, we can make this font little bold, font bold, right? Yeah, it's okay. The point here is to achieve the goal, right? Can you do all these things by yourself or not? I mean, just looking at and structuring, right? That is the point here. Okay, so this is the flex box with gap. Now inside this div, right, I have another child. So I'm going to put in the div now, and let me see what are the content there. So the paragraph, right? So the first one is p tag lorem, and the second one is basically button, right? Button. I want to learn. So let's make a button here. Class name bg. So the color will be. I know this looks a lot of repetition, but you know we don't have to move like css, give different class names, remember all that, right? We don't. So we got button. How we create button? Like we give a padding x, maybe 2, padding y, give it around 4. So if this will be too big, right, then you can just use 2 and then make it this one x axis 1, right? So 1 is how much pixel? That is 4 pixel, and here will be 8 pixel, right? Top and bottom. So I make it mistake. Okay, let's make this one x axis little big, y top and bottom maybe small, right? That looks better. And capitalize, not capitalize but uppercase, right? Text transform uppercase. And also the rounded border, right? The rounded will be full. Okay, now uh, add some margin top, right? Margin top, how much? Maybe 6. That is too much. 4 is 16 pixel. Yeah, so it looks something like this. So the text should be white. Convert that here. Text white. Even in the class name, text white, and text will be, you can make it LG or MG like that, little bit big, right? And yeah, that is all. So if you open this, right, it looks something like this, guys. Let's see, let's look at the design. There is 1 2 3 4 line, right? So this box is a little small, and this one is little maybe big, right? Yeah, I think that looks fine enough for now. So you want to bring this to the bottom, right? So this one, the child, okay, child class name, I think self. I mean, there is align self, right? ALIGN, align to bottom. Okay, and see what happens. Why it did not align to bottom? Self, align self, right? So should be something like a self, maybe self to the start, in, center, stretch, baseline. So let's make the in, right? Self in. Yeah. So the flex has, right, the child can move, like you can move the child to center. So that is align self, right? Align self top, align self top, bottom, center. So now the class name for that particular CSS is self itself, like align self. Look at that, flex in, right? So originally is align self flex in, but you just have to find the class name, right? So you can even look here. I mean, in the grid, sorry, here. But as long as you remember, right, what CSS to use, you can figure out here. So see, align content, align item, align self, this one. And self auto start in that. This is what I was looking for. So self in means align self flex in to the bottom, right? Start center in, like that. Okay, stretch, you want to like stretch it from top to bottom, baseline. Okay. So now, yeah, so I will leave it like this for now. So what is the next section, guys? What is the next section? Here, right? So you can create new component and call it. So the media query is only here, right? Look at these two, this one and this one, right? I mean, you can create for footer also, but this one I'm gonna add to the media query. So this is third section, okay? So go back. So let's do one more section and then we're gonna complete this remaining part. Let's do this one because the video will be too long. So there is the like flex box with 3 child, right? So I will close all this now. I don't need layout. This section, okay? So how am I gonna put in the component, right? That's the question here. So let's get back. So inside the UI, I'm gonna create a new file, call it section 2. Just naming something. Yeah. And I will create the component. Basically, that is the function, right? So React import. Even if you delete this, will work. Okay. Now we don't have to import a React. It's okay. This is the old, I mean, long time ago requirement, but now in the new Next.js, you don't need that. It just there is in the behind the scene, right? You don't have to import it because something which is needed all the time, they just put behind the scene, right? Okay, section 2. So same thing, you're gonna have section, one more section here, and this section gonna have class name with the bg of orange, maybe something orange 200. Let's make it orange 200, and yeah, and then it must be in the center, but not this one. Okay, the background is all the way from left to right, but there is padding, right? So py, make it 8 is okay. 8, right? Yeah, so you can see all this number here in the py, that long large number, right? But I just gonna use little bit, that is 32 pixel top and bottom. That's good enough. Now I have to center the content, right? So div class name, how I center? Width. First you have to make the box 80%, and that box will move to the center. Correct? How? Mx auto. This is margin left and right auto. Okay, that's it. Now that is in the center. Inside this box, I can make three div, right? Like this, three child. This will be one, two, and three, for example. So I make this box flex and give a gap, right, of maybe 4. Now look at, right, if you go back here, and because I'm not using this component yet, so where I have to use this will go to my page, right, main page here. So I'm gonna take this out, this section I don't need, and then I just import section 2, and it is imported on the top, right, like that. Good. Now save, and you will see the change here. See, it looks, there is 1 2 3, right, only because there is no text. It looks like that. So let me wrap, close. So now I'm going to add text here. So h2 uh, shape, and then there is one paragraph, right? Maybe I don't know, 20, maybe. Yeah. So again, there is next box h2 quick, and the paragraph around 20, and the third box h2 quality, right? Quality, and the paragraph around 20. Good to go. So now save and check now, right? So it looks something like this already. Okay. So how are we going to make this in the center? So you can, in the parent here, right, just make it text center, and that will be in the center, right? So you have to now define first each of them. Class name text will be maybe uh, for Excel, let's make it big. Margin bottom, give it maybe 4, and save, right? So it just change here. Maybe let's make it 3 Excel, and font will be semi bold, maybe better. Yeah. So even this color, this has different color, right? Yeah. So this has little bit different color. So you can change the color in the text of gray, not gray, but orange. So that should be same, right? If I make it 800 and it not be good, yeah, something like that is okay. I will leave it like that. Fine. So let's make the margin bottom of 2, not too much margin, right? Let's just 2. Okay. Yeah. So this must, all of them must be same, right? So I'll just copy this and put it here and put it here. Okay. Save. So what is the text color? That is the black, right? Already. Fine. So one thing, I want to show you, right? Let's look at this class name, and BG, I will give it red. Okay. BG red, maybe 500. Class name BG purple 400. Class name BG gray 600. So now I want to show you that box, all the 3 boxes. Let me see how it looks. So it looks something like that. That's the one, right? So there is a gap, uh, and each of them, right, have equal size. Remember flex 1. If I go back here and I will make this box, let's say this one, you can do that, right? Even you can add like flex 1 just to make it all equal size. So see, this one and this one become like big. I don't know why they push only this one in the center, right? So Okay, so okay, the center one I make it flex one, right? So the remaining to push it both. But you can add all of them flex one to give equal size. Okay, flex one. So now this two is pushed, this become big, right? And you can add the last one also flex one, and just look at the magic. So all of them become same equal size now, right? Even if you add more content, the box will be flex one size. Okay, like it will be almost same size box, right? So that is one thing you remember. Okay, if you want same size of child box, give flex one. So that is gross shrink and basis, right? 0%, but like equal width for each of the box. Okay, so it can grow, it can shrink equally. So I'm gonna remove this background. No need. Yeah, so it looks like that. Then you can, like you can continuously add the next section. So you can even you can make this also flexible, right? We'll look at tomorrow, but the main goal, yeah, we can look at tomorrow, no problem now. Look, let's see here, the parent, right? You can add here flex wrap also. Okay, so when you go to small device, I mean basically when shrink, right? I don't know why it didn't wrap. Oh, because I have added flex grow one, maybe that's why. So it can grow and shrink automatically. Let me check. That's the flex one. This is the parent, right? Flex, flex gap for text center, flex wrap. Yeah, that's fine. So that means I have to remove this one so that it will just wrap it, right? But okay, let's read this. We can add media query by using MD, right? MD. So like for example, when you go, I mean, in the small device, it can flex fall, right? In the small device, it will fall. But when you go above MD, right, you make it flex row. So that should solve the problem. So that is in the parent, right? And you see, in the small device, it will be flex column. But when you go in the large device, it will be row. Very simple to fix the problem. And you can do the same thing for this also. So, when you structure it properly. Anyway, guys, so let's keep it up to here. Uh, you just practice whatever study left, and the remaining part we will complete tomorrow. But that's how, like slowly, right? You just do small things, try to understand, keep moving, right? There is nothing like you're gonna learn it in one day. Just continuation for a long time, right? That is the game of the gain, right? Or game of the win. Okay. So let me